Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. My name is TituElite and we are back in Kingdom Come Deliverance, where we are in episode number 3 of this specials, in this case, where we are finishing the side quests or the side missions in order to get 100% of the game, let's say that. But by a suggestion of a viewer of the channel, he wanted to see some more Henry, and here he is, some more Henry finishing up the side quests. And of course we are going to do the DLC, A Woman's Lot, with Teresa. But now we have to find out what happened to Johanka. The guard said she was on the stocks, and can we know some more about it? Who should we talk to? The priest, that priest, yeah. The guard hinted for a priest, so we'll try to find a priest or someone to help us to know what happened to Johanka, man. Brother Nicodemus, do you have any knowledge?
What happened to Johanka?
Yeah.
Nothing good, I'm sorry to say. She was locked up by the papal inquisitor Bishop Yaroslav of Benešov. It seems he somehow caught wind of this preaching of hers. He's accused her of spreading heresy and had her placed under arrest.
What will happen next?
Jesus Christ! What's going to happen to her?
I don't know, Henry. It all depends on the inquisitor and how he decides. The accusations brought against Johanka are very serious.
We have to do something.
Well, we must do something.
Well, you can try talking to Bishop Yaroslav. He can tell you more. As a servant of the royal hetman, your name ought to carry some weight with him. But watch your step. This matter is entirely in the hands of church law, so you mustn't overestimate your lay authority here.
Can you talk to the inquisitor?
Right. I'll go and see this Bishop Yaroslav of Benešov.
May God go with you. And thank you, Henry. I'm glad you're standing up for Johanka. If you need anything, do come and see me.
Yes, I will. Can you train me on alchemy?
Would you teach me more about alchemy?
Certainly.
I'm interested in more...
All right, but it...
Okay, we'll pay.
Now. Farewell.
Thank you. Oh, we've got a new perk even. Can you teach me some more before we level up?
Would you teach me more about...
Certainly.
I'd like to hone...
First, you have...
Okay,
Well.
we can't. But maybe we can read that book finally. The book that we still have. Can you help me? Brother Elias? No.
Farewell.
You can't. Okay, so... talk to the bishop. Where is the bishop? Okay. Somewhere around here. Are you here, sir? No, you're not. Maybe you are upstairs. Are you here? Are you? Yes, you are. The Inquisitor.
Sir, I am...
Henry of Skalitz,
Indeed.
from the garrison of the royal hetman, Sir Radzig Kobyla.
Indeed.
I've heard a lot about you, my son. I'm pleased to meet you.
How come you are interested in me?
Bishop Yaroslav? Sir, my lord, to what do I owe your interest in my humble self?
I was told you survived the massacre in Skalitz and warned the Talmberg garrison. You tracked down the raiders of a stud farm in Neuhof, wasn't it? To their hideout in the woods. And then you led Sir Radzig and his armed company there and joined bravely in the skirmish, and even killed their notorious leader by your own hand. And I believe you have many other deeds to your name. That's quite remarkable, considering your age, is it not?
You are too kind.
Well, you're too kind, Monsignor. I'm just trying to do what's right, and what's needed.
Quite rightly, too, my son. I expect we'll be hearing more about you.
Maybe.
But I assume you didn't come here to exchange pleasantries. Or am I mistaken?
I'm here about Johanka.
No, Monsignor, you're quite right. I'm here about Johanka.
Naturally. I'd be quite surprised if it were otherwise. So, tell me what's on your mind.
How did you find out about Johanka?
How did you find out about Johanka?
Word came to me of what was happening here. That some young girl was claiming to speak for the Blessed Virgin. I traveled here immediately, as my duty demanded, and observed events in Sassau incognito, in order to examine the matter at first hand.
I see.
Why did you have her imprisoned?
Why did you have her imprisoned?
Because she broke the promise she made to me, and persisted in actions that bear the signs of heresy.
What will happen to Johanka now?
And what will happen to Johanka now?
I must weigh the gravity of her transgressions, and investigate these alleged visions of hers. I consider it very improbable that she is indeed being visited by the Blessed Virgin. Nevertheless, I cannot at this time rule it out entirely.
That would mean she's innocent.
So you think it could be true? In that case, Johanka hasn't done anything wrong.
It's not that straightforward. Even if her visions were real, she was at fault for interpreting them as she saw fit and preaching to the people.
You decide just like that?
So you decide just like that? But you don't even know Johanka.
I certainly do not decide just like that. I'm thoroughly examining the entire matter, and you would be well advised not to question my authority. I will call Johanka and the witnesses, question them, and then pronounce a verdict.
Will anyone defend her?
And will there be anyone there to defend Johanka?
Do you doubt my judgment?
I would never be so bold, sir. But surely it would be only just that someone should speak for Johanka about all her good deeds and so forth.
Naturally, I will also question those who would speak in her defense. Since you are interceding, I expect you have someone in mind?
Brother
Yes.
Nicodemus.
Actually, me.
As I surmised. But this matter does not directly concern you. Why should I allow you to appear before the court?
It's my Christian duty.
Johanka is my neighbour, and I have a Christian duty to come to her aid. I can't just stand by and do nothing.
I have to concur with you on that. Your concern seems sincere, so I will grant your request.
Thank you.
Very well. You will defend Johanka. You may speak in her defense if you so wish, and you may also bring witnesses. I will question any such witnesses, and naturally I shall question Johanka too.
Thank you, Monsignor. In that case, I'll need to speak to Johanka first.
That won't be possible. It's forbidden by the Inquisition procedure. Until the entire matter is resolved, Johanka can speak only to me and no one else. I would like to expedite the matter. The trial will take place in Sassau Church in 3 days' time at the latest. Come and let me know when you're ready to proceed. In the meantime, I will continue my investigation.
Very well, Monsignor.
Okay.
I had better get on with it then, sir. Farewell.
Before you go, you know Johanka longer than anyone else. You spent a lot of time with her, as I've discovered. Tell me, my son, truthfully, what do you think of this whole affair?
About the Virgin Mary?
I believe it.
I believe the Virgin does visit her. Johanka is honest. She wouldn't lie about such a thing. And the things she says sound truthful and compelling. It really does seem like a heavenly revelation. Who else could it be from? But the Virgin Mary.
The origin of these so-called visions of hers must be investigated. But thank you for your candor. Is there anything else you can tell me?
She's honest.
Johanka is an honest girl and virtuous. She's a good Christian who attends church and thinks of others.
Good. Please continue.
I'm not going to say she had an affair with the custodian. She's concerned about Matthias.
She's worried about Matthias. He's from Skalitz too, and she's very fond of him. But he was wounded in a raid on Merhojed recently, and since then he's been lying in a fever. Johanka believes that if she does what the Blessed Virgin wants of her, Matthias might be healed.
Interesting. Anything else?
She's just a simple girl.
Well, before, in Skalitz, Johanka was sort of, well, just a simple village girl. I never imagined I'd hear her talking the way she does now. She's completely transformed.
A simple village girl. I see. Do continue.
She helps people here.
Johanka helped a lot of people. She worked her fingers to the bone helping Brother Nicodemus with the sick and injured.
That is certainly commendable. What else can you tell me about her?
And that's all?
That's about all I can tell you.
Is that really everything?
That's all.
I have nothing more to add, Monsignor.
Very well. Thank you, my son. One more thing before you go. Let me remind you that it's your Christian duty to report anything suspicious going on concerning the Church and the true faith, if you're aware of anything of the sort in these parts. If you prove yourself a commendable servant of the Church, I would also take that into account in judging Johanka's case.
All right, Monsignor. I'll bear that in mind.
Take care now.
Okay. There have been suspicious activities.
Monsignor, I've heard of various irregularities in the province that might be of interest to you.
Very good, my son. A good Christian certainly shouldn't conceal such things. Please, speak.
Father God.
Well, the parish priest in Ujits is rather unorthodox. Not that he's a bad person, not at all. He takes good care of his flock, no doubt. It's just that he drinks quite a lot. In fact, he's even said mass while drunk. And, he keeps a concubine.
That distresses me. All the more so because what you describe isn't at all unique amongst the clergy. Thank you for telling me, Henry. Matters like this certainly must be addressed.
Simon the Hermit.
The former parish priest of Rovna, Father Simon, went missing one day. Everyone thought he'd fled from the province, but in fact he just went to the woods and became a hermit.
I see. Why did he do that?
I couldn't tell you.
That's a pity. But I'm glad you told me about him.
The Hushits women and their magic ointment.
Some women in Ujits went to the herbalist for magic ointment. Then they went to the woods, smeared this ointment on themselves, and engaged in all sorts of incantations and spells.
What? Witchcraft? God have mercy. They must be brought to justice. Who is this herbalist they visited?
Gertrude.
Old Gertrude. She lives in the woods by Ledechko.
This will have to be dealt with. Thank you for telling me. Once I've finished with Johanka's case, I'll consider what's to be done about this.
The devil's skull on the construction site.
A demon's skull was found on the church building site.
Yes, I heard something about it. A disturbing report. Tell me what you know about it.
It was a deception, sir. Someone made it with evil intentions, to frighten people. I found the skull and brought it to the local knacker. He confirmed it was a human skull with animal horns stuck on.
You did the right thing, Henry, in uncovering the deception and in telling me about it.
Irregularities inside the monastery walls.
There are interesting things going on inside the monastery.
In the monastery? What kind of things?
Intrigues over the election of the abbot.
The monks in the monastery are very concerned with the election of the new abbot. There's a lot of scheming going on over it.
But how do you know about it? How does a servant of the royal hetman come by knowledge of the confidential affairs of the Brotherhood of Monks?
I heard about it from someone.
I caught wind of it. I heard it from a novice that the brothers were sending out at night to buy wine for them.
I see. And what was the name of this novice?
Lucas.
Lucas.
There is a novice of that name at the monastery. I shall have to speak to the prior about these matters. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. If you've nothing else to tell me, you may leave.
That's all, Monsignor.
All right, Henry, thank you. But I hope you're not keeping anything from me.
I'm not. Why did you have Johanka imprisoned?
Why did you have Johanka imprisoned?
I talked to her for a long time about the things she was saying and about her convictions. I warned her that she had to stop preaching in public, and I told her if she had any further concerns, or, as she claims, visions, she should come to me. Johanka chose to ignore my warning and continued with her preaching. Obviously, I couldn't turn a blind eye to that kind of disobedience.
What's wrong with what Johanka is saying?
But what's so bad about what Johanka has been saying?
Look here. It's simply unacceptable that anyone at all should come along and stand up in the market square and preach about God's will or how he or she interprets it. God gave us his teachings, which we must honor, and he showed us how to fulfill them. It is only those teachings that lead us on the path to salvation and God's grace. But understanding those teachings is no simple matter. It demands learning, time, and effort. That is one of the tasks of Holy Mother Church. What Johanka has been saying is dangerously close to heresy. She must be brought to see the error of her ways, and her disruptive actions must cease.
All right, I understand.
I understand, my lord. I'm a good Christian, and I don't doubt the authority of the Church.
Good. I'm glad I got through to you.
But the Virgin Mary visits us.
But Johanka was visited by the Virgin Mary, so what she says can't be wrong.
We only have her word for that, and even if her visions were real, she was at fault for interpreting them as she saw fit and preaching to the people.
She should have told someone?
So you think she should have spoken to the parish priest about it?
Exactly. And the priest would have sent for someone who would look into the matter. Like me, for instance. In short, it's not for her to interpret such things in her own way. If people believed her and started thinking what they want about it, soon everyone would be adrift in confusion, and the true message would be lost.
Aha. I think I understand.
I'm glad you do, my son.
Did you only come here on account of Johanka?
Monsignor, Johanka is just a simple village girl from Skalitz. Are all these legal proceedings really necessary?
They are. The mission of the Inquisition is quite unequivocal, and however trivial, this matter has a broader significance.
What broader significance?
No offense, but these things can't easily be explained to an uneducated boy like you. Still, I'm pleased that you take an interest. Unfortunately, I don't have time for this now. If you really want to know more, ask my assistant. After all, it is also our duty to guide others through the labyrinth of this world.
Okay, I'm not going to say
God be
that
with
I will
you.
defend her in a duel. Let's talk to the assistant.
I hope I can be of some humble service to you.
What's going on in the world?
The bishop told me this business with Johanka has a wider context, and that you tell me about it.
Oh, very well. If the bishop says so. Look, it's like this. The world as a whole is not in a good state. For decades, people have been perishing from a terrible sickness, the Black Death. There's an anti-pope in Avignon in France who defies the authority of the throne of St. Peter. The people are frightened. Many of the nobles, instead of caring for peace on earth, are warring one against another. The authority of many monarchs, and even the emperor, is unfortunately too weak to put things to rights. Many scholars have even started to question established truths, and various contentious teachings have appeared, such as those of the Englishman Wycliffe.
Black Death?
The Black Death?
The plague, my child. A dreadful disease that claimed countless lives. By the grace of God, these parts were not much afflicted, but it took a terrible toll in the surrounding countries. First, the Italian ports were stricken, Venice and Genoa, and then nearly the whole of Christendom. Some regard it as God's punishment for our sins, or even a sign of the approaching parousia.
But what?
Paro what?
The parousia, the second coming of Christ. The day when he returns to this world will mark the end of the ages. The dead will rise, and all people will face final judgment for their sins.
Oh. Do you think that's going to happen?
Most assuredly. But God alone knows when that will be.
Oh. I hope it won't be too soon.
Anti-Pope?
The anti-pope?
Unfortunately, that's a very serious and unpleasant topic. In short, alongside the legitimate Pope, the Bishop of Rome, and successor to St. Peter, another was elected and is usurping the highest glory of being Christ's representative here on earth. This is a most lamentable schism for the whole Church, and the Avignon usurper must be compelled to give up his unlawfully acquired office, so the Church and the whole of Christendom may again be unified.
So, there are two popes?
Not quite. There is only one, but there are those who refuse to recognize him. The election wasn't correct and valid, and I apologize. It wasn't wise to speak to you of this. It will only confuse you all the more. Better forget it. We won't talk about it anymore.
The Emperor. What?
You mentioned the Emperor.
God wants unity, a universal order of the world. The Pope, Christ's deputy, and the Emperor, the supreme earthly ruler, crowned by the Pope himself, were instituted in order to preside over that unity. Unfortunately, the gleam of the imperial crown has become somewhat dulled, and his authority is no longer as absolute as it once was. What's worse, his election has become a political game involving many princes, and for a long time the emperor himself has paid less attention to the affairs of the Christian world and more to his own concerns.
I see.
Okay, scholars?
And what about these scholars?
That's complicated. Some reject the authority of the Pope or the Church. Others dispute over the legitimacy of government or the nature of the world. Others rebel against teachings. All of them seek all sorts of arguments and explanations to support their claims and argue with others. All this contributes to uncertainty. One doubt leads to another, and soon heretical ideas take hold.
Ah. Uh-huh.
I
But
see.
don't concern yourself. These are weighty matters for others who are learned in such things.
Of course.
Of course. Peace on earth?
Peace on earth.
Yes. Sadly, many countries are torn apart by strife and destroyed by war. In the lands of the English, the French, the Italians, in the Holy Roman Empire, Christians are raising their weapons against other Christians. Love for our neighbor has given way to the pursuit of mammon and high office. They plot against each other to gain advantage. You've seen it yourself, right here in Bohemia, and even in Sassau.
Yes. And in Skalitz.
Yeah, indeed.
Indeed, my son.
Indeed.
Regrettably.
What does it all mean?
But what does all this mean? What has it got to do with Johanka?
As I say, the order of the world is shaken. Division is spreading, and confusion and iniquity thrive. It's the handiwork of Lucifer, who wants to lay waste to God's creation. Many have succumbed to his false truths and spread them to others. That's why we must be alert to his snares, especially in these times. Be wary of false prophets and stick to the path of the true faith and personal virtue.
There's a charlatan here.
I know someone like that. There's a charlatan who's been peddling wares around these parts. All sorts of amulets, relics and the likes that are supposed to cure all ills.
Yes, I've heard something about that. If you should know of any similar iniquities, the Monseigneur will be glad to listen to you.
And Johanka?
And Johanka?
Just so. I fear she too may have been ensnared by Lucifer's deceptions, and the false belief that she's been visited by the Blessed Virgin. These machinations of the devil must be faced and stamped out before they take root and cause more evil. But we must not despair. Even those who have strayed from the right path may be redeemed. And that's why Johanka's case is important, although it may not be immediately apparent.
I understand.
I understand indeed. So, are we going?
Thanks. I won't bother you anymore.
Let's get
Good
the
luck to you.
testimonies from these guys. Brother Nicodemus will be the first one that will get the testimony.
Brother Nicodemus,
You've heard something?
the Inquisitor has decided that Johanka will be tried, but he's agreed that I can defend her.
That's really quite unusual. It must mean he hasn't come to a clear conclusion yet.
Yes. I'll get her out of it.
I'm afraid it may not be that easy. The thing is, I expect Johanka will say the same things before the court that she's been preaching.
What are you saying?
Well, I've been thinking about what she's been saying, and it seems to me her preaching has a certain progression. Are you acquainted with the notion of the three orders of man?
Not really.
Not really, no.
It's like this. It's said that everyone has their God-given place and purpose on earth. Laboratores, oratores, and bellatores. Those who work, those who pray, and those who fight. The common folk are born to work, to reap the fruits of the earth, and to obey the laws of God and man. It is the purpose of the nobles to protect the people and the church against all dangers, and to maintain peace and justice on earth. And the church, in turn, has the task of caring for the spiritual welfare of all, ensuring the salvation of their souls, and bringing solace to the people in times of hardship, so that they can endure their earthly trials and enter the kingdom of heaven.
But what's all that got to do with Johanka?
Well, I noticed in her first sermon she primarily addressed the concerns of the common folk, and in the second she criticized the nobility.
I see where you're going.
Ah. So you think she might start talking about the church?
Yes, I'm afraid she might. I dread to think how that might end up. Henry, you must warn her against that. She must show humility before the Inquisitor, and the wisest course would be to admit to being wrong. She's rather stubborn, but perhaps she'll listen to you.
But the Inquisitor said no one's allowed to see her.
No one except the Inquisitor's own men. You'll just have to think something up. I'm afraid Johanka's fate is mainly in your hands now. I'm relying on you. May the Lord watch over you.
Okay. But can we get your testimony?
Witnesses can be summoned for Johanka's trial. So I wanted to ask you if you give a testimony. Maybe some learned speech in her defense?
I'd be glad to do it. Johanka deserves my help.
Thank you.
Such testimonies could carry a lot of weight. You should try and get as many as you can.
Thank you.
Farewell.
I will get all of them. Hopefully. So, who's next? Adela. Where is Adela? Adela.
Adela, the Inquisitor is going to try Johanka in court.
Oh, Lord. I hope she's acquitted. I was absolutely devastated when they took her away.
I need people to speak in her defense, and I'd like to ask you to do it.
I don't want to go there. Really. I'm afraid of that Inquisitor. But you helped me, and so did Johanka. It's only right that I should try and help her.
Yeah, indeed.
But what am I supposed to say there? I'm just a simple village girl. I don't know anything about these things.
That doesn't matter. You just be yourself. It should be enough to talk about all the good Johanka does here, and how she helps others. I'll send for you if you're needed.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot indeed. Thanks a lot indeed. So, who else? The custodian.
Yeah.
No, let me go up the stairs, man. Where is the custodian? Maybe upstairs. Yeah, indeed. We need your testimony, man.
I need something from you, sir. I suppose you heard that Johanka was locked up by the Inquisitor and is facing charges of heresy.
I did, and it's most disturbing news.
What you might not know is that he's agreed that I can defend her at the trial.
You? Do you even know what to say?
Of course I know.
Sure I know. It'll turn out just fine. Trust me. But I need you to testify at the court. In Johanka's defense, of course.
Naturally. You don't think I could just sit here and do nothing? Besides, the bishop has already insisted that I appear before the court.
Oh. All right.
One moment. I apologize if I was a little hasty. This whole affair has left me anxious. I appreciate that you want to defend her. However, I don't think it would have any effect. No offense, but I don't think you'll be able to achieve anything in court. I'm afraid the Inquisitor will judge as he sees fit, whatever anyone says. But I have an idea how you could help.
Oh? How's that?
Flee. With Johanka, of course.
Alright, but how?
Huh. You might be right. But how? The bishop won't let anyone see Johanka.
Johanka is being held at the rat house, isn't she? You could pass yourself off as one of the Inquisitor's men, get in there at night, and escape with her.
How?
How am I supposed to pass myself off as one of his men?
Well, when his guard came here, he identified himself by means of a document. If you could get your hands on it, think about it. But whatever you decide, if Johanka comes to any harm, you'll have me to answer to. I'm very fond of her, and her of me, and I don't want anything to happen to her, understand? But if everything ends well, I'll show you my gratitude, I assure you.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. I don't know how we are going to do that, but okay. So, next one. Come on, zoom out. Thank you. So, Pavel. Okay. Let's stop by the inn.
Yeah.
Talk to Pavel then. Before night falls. Okay. Where is Pavel? Here you are, sir. Nope. Nope. Where is Pavel, man? Inside? Yeah,
Here,
you are.
enjoy it.
Johanka's trial.
Goodman Pavel, you're still here. That's a relief. I was afraid I'd miss you.
Ah, Henry. What would
Certainly.
you like
I will
from
fetch it
me?
right away.
Maybe you'd like to rob me of what I have left, or what is it this time?
Whoa. What are you talking about?
What on earth do you mean?
You were supposed to make that donation in my name, not your own. You lied to me and dishonored the Blessed Virgin on whose behalf Johanka spoke.
It wasn't at all easy getting hold of that treasure. I earned the right to give it in my own name.
You certainly did not. You only wanted to make yourself look good at my expense.
I'd better be going.
Oops.
Yes, get out of my sight. And you'd better pray our paths don't cross again.
Oops.
Take care.
Take care.
Pull me an ale.
So we are not going to get a testimony of you. That's a shame. God damn it. Okay, let's get the other ones. Okay, we've got a lot of
Good
folks
men,
here.
good wives, come have a look. Don't be shy. You'll never see such fine.
You? No.
Hear ye, good. Ah! They trade in indulgences for coin, keepers of
From the yard or from the woods.
You? Yeah, the bailiff. Really?
I'd like to buy some grain.
You want to buy grain?
That's what I said. I need regular supplies for Pribyslavitz. I'm in charge of renewing the village.
Okay, we can do
Well,
that.
I never. So Sir Divish really is going ahead with it.
Looks like it.
Well, it's all the same to me. How many bushels will you be wanting?
I'll need fodder for horses, at least 10 strong animals, and wheat for the baker. He'll have to bake for the whole village.
I can arrange that. Only you'll have to put a share back into the Sassau coffers. To cover the cost of the supplies our lord will be losing on account of it.
I understand.
Have you got someone to transport the grain?
I've got a merchant to take care of it.
This is the price.
Okay. We can ask for a lower price.
Couldn't we do something about the price?
Sorry, I can't, Henry. I've got to manage things properly here. The price is what it is.
Okay,
This is the price.
so let's agree.
I'll shake on that.
Take care.
So, let's ask what's
Is there
happening.
anything interesting going on here?
It's so peaceful, it worries me.
Okay, that's good. Joanka's
Master
trying.
Bailiff, Inquisitor Yaroslav is going to try Johanka.
I know. He was here asking questions, too.
Oh? What did he want to know?
Various things. Like how things are here, whether people are honest, whether we observe the fest days, and so forth. And then he asked about Johanka. About what she preaches, whether people come to listen to her and that. He's been talking to a lot of other people in Sassau, too. I even heard that Katra, the swordsmith's wife, invited him to dine with them.
That's interesting. Thanks for telling me.
Indeed. Will you go and testify?
Was he just asking questions, or does he want you to testify before the court?
Yes, he did ask me to testify, and I'm none too happy about it.
I see. And what are you going to say about her?
It depends what I'm asked, but there's not much I can say. I don't know Johanka very well. She seems virtuous and self-sacrificing to me. She's never done anything wrong, and no one here ever had a cross word to say about her, until recently. Maybe some gossip about her and Sir Sebastian, but I've heard similar talk about half the women folk here.
She's a virtuous girl.
Now, that's just idle gossip. Johanka is a virtuous girl.
True, but then there's that preaching of hers. Folk have been falling out. They're split according to whether they believe Johanka or not. I don't know quite what to think of it myself, but I don't want to jump to conclusions. I'll wait and see what the learned bishop has to say.
Will you speak on her behalf?
Couldn't you add something good to your testimony for Johanka? I would, show my gratitude substantially.
What? Are you trying to bribe me to commit perjury? The Inquisitor will hear how you're going about defending Johanka.
You misunderstood
Good
me.
lord, no. I wouldn't dream of it. I expressed myself badly, that's all. What I was trying to say, rather clumsily, is that I'd be very glad if you were to speak on Johanka's behalf, because she really deserves it.
Well, I'll overlook your clumsiness then.
Thank you, Master Bailiff.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Okay, the next one. We have to talk to the swordsmith wives as well. But now, who else? Father Fabian. No, he must not be here. Must be on the church itself. Indeed. Father Fabian, we need your testimony. Now, let's give a donation from the common
That donation to the church, did it help?
Indeed. Bonum commune is a prerequisite, if not the very meaning of existence of our Christian society. It expresses not only an interest in the common welfare and order, but also solidarity with the poor and needy. Once again, I thank you.
Father, the Inquisitor has had Johanka thrown in jail.
I know, son.
He's planning a hearing.
Rightly so. It's about time this whole matter was dealt with.
What do you make it of it all?
What do you think about it then?
As I say, it's a good thing that the matter is being investigated. The things Johanka has been preaching are, to say the least, disturbing. Who knows what these dreams are that she speaks of? And her words are only putting ideas in people's heads and leading them astray. Now, instead of going to church, as they should, they go to her in the false belief that they will find solace. It's creating a chasm between the people and the church and leading them away from the true teaching left to us by Christ. They're misguided and swamped in heretical ideas.
But the Virgin Mary speaks to her.
But Johanka is only saying what the Virgin Mary has told her. What can be wrong with that?
And how do you know the Virgin is really talking to her?
Well, I believe she's telling the truth.
Ah, but you can't be sure, can you? Do you really think a girl from the stable knows God's teaching better than the church? Better than the generations of church fathers and learned scholars since the time of Christ? Who have studied the sacred scriptures and their correct interpretation? With all the evil that's already going on in this province, the last thing people need is a false prophet.
Christ came from a stable too.
Christ also came from a stable, though.
There's no comparison. Christ was the Son of God. Enough of this. Bishop Yaroslav asked me to present my suspicions before the court, and that's what I intend to do. He will then resolve the whole matter. He is, after all, more qualified than anyone to do so.
If you say so, Father.
See you later.
Okay. This will not turn well for Johanka. Maybe we have to flee, like the custodian suggested. Gutas. Let's get Gutas' testimony. I don't know who Gutas is. Are you Gutas? No, you are the tenor. Are you Guta? Yes, you are.
God be with. Well, how did it go with that husband of mine?
Well, we sat down and talked, and in the end I talked him out of playing dice.
Did you? Mother of God, that's wonderful news. How on earth did you do it?
Look here, I'll tell you what happened, but you mustn't breathe a word of it.
All right.
Ambrose got really drunk. I took his money, and in the morning I told him he'd lost it all at dice. He took it really hard, and he promised he'd never gamble again.
Aha. Well, if you think he really means it. And what about the money? Did you give it back to him?
I did.
Yeah, I gave it back to him so he can buy what he needs.
That's wonderful. Thank you, Henry.
Testimony in court?
I need your help with something. I'm sure you've heard. Johanka was locked up by the Inquisitor.
Who hasn't? The whole of Sassau is talking about it. And the Inquisitor was asking around about her.
I'd like to ask you to appear before the court and say something in Johanka's defense.
I can't say I'm keen on going there. But Johanka helped me. And you did too. I think it's only right that
Yes.
someone should say something good about her.
Yes, indeed.
Thanks, Guta. I appreciate it. I'll send for you when it's time.
Nice. Nice, nice, nice. So, who's left? Okay, so the swordsmith's wife. Horsey, horsey, come here. Let's go, Al-Burak.
Yeah.
We have to try to reach Katra before night falls. Here's the swordsmith. So one mount. Where is that woman? Maybe inside. Yes. Hello, Katra.
I'm here about Johanka.
You're that fella of hers, are you? What do you want?
No. I'm just a friend of hers. Matthias is her, fella.
Huh. God knows how many she has.
I heard you invited Bishop Yaroslav to come and dine with you?
Yes, so what? Bishop Yaroslav is an esteemed visitor to Sassau, and it's only fitting he should be suitably hosted by devout burghers.
What did you talk about?
And what did you talk about?
What we discussed with the Monsignor is none of your business.
What do you have against Johanka?
What have you got against Johanka?
Nothing. The question is, what has she got against us? Tell me that.
What?
She turns up here and tries to tell us how to live our lives. Says the Virgin Mary whispers to her in the night. Yeah, I'm sure. To a simple village wench. I'd like to know who's really putting those ideas in her head. She's just getting people all worked up. Men, especially. Coming around here with her nonsense. Sassau is a decent, orderly place, I'll have you know. We don't want any trouble here. All this talk about hellfire and the end of the world. God have mercy. No one is interested in what she has to say. All they want is some spectacle. She ought to have thought twice before she started. Not that she wasn't warned.
Warned? How?
What do you mean, warned?
As I said, she was told.
What are you implying?
Damn it, woman, tell me what you meant by that.
I didn't mean anything by it.
Out with it!
If you must know, some of the fellas want to have it out with her and tell her to stop. No one wants her speeches here. But would she listen? No. The devil possessed her to bring harm to us.
So it was you who sent those men?
All I wanted was to protect the Sassau folk against her poisonous tongue. And I'll do just that. The Monsignor asked me to testify in court. And I'll tell everything I know there.
And I'll do likewise. Farewell.
Go. Good luck, then.
Can we kill you? No, you've got a guard here. But maybe we can kill you at night. And you are not going to testify then. Can we persuade your wife, man?
I am honored that a knight such as you takes an interest in me.
I need a skilled swordsmith in Pribyslavitz who'll put good, strong steel in my men's hands. Are you interested?
What? Now? When I'm on the verge of forging the most powerful weapon ever seen? The Queen of Sheba's sword? No, I've no time now for anything else.
Okay.
God be with you.
So, how can we get hold of Joankas? So first we are going to deal with this, for sure. Oh, let me just put a marker here. And let's do this.
Yeah.
That horse is dying. No. Left or right? Left.
Yeah.
No, left or right? Right now, and then all the way to the end of the road and then turn right. Come on. Horsemanship. Oh, and I do have a skill that I do have to skill up. The alchemy and hunting. Okay, alchemy. What we've got here. Cure cooked food in your inventory. No. Healing potions will heal you 50% more. No. Poison applied to... No. Oh. Oh, my... Oh. My mouse ran out of battery. So I have to replace real quick the battery here. Let me just take care of that first. Real professional YouTuber here. Replacing the mouse battery in the middle of a recording session. Okay. Should not take long. I have a new battery already on hand. It is done. Good. So just a while longer, a little bit longer. Okay. Now, new battery. Snake oil. No, I don't want any out of those. So I'm not going to opt for any of that. But now we have the hunting ability that we can do. Antlers, tusk, butcher, tanner. Yeah, let's go with the tanner. Okay, good. Done.
Yeah.
Let's go in our merry way still. No, here we can continue.
Yeah.
We should continue. And here we are going to turn right here. Good. And here we are. Miller. I've completed the mission.
God save you. What can I do for you?
I've completed the mission. Here's the recipe.
Here's your beer recipe.
Wonderful. Here's your reward.
Thank you. Do you have any more
Any
work?
chance of a nice little earner for me?
Not so much for you as for me, but you can help me out. The Sassau cobbler's been making some fancy boots, and he's been given spurs from their lordships to add to them.
Okay.
I'm after those spurs.
I can
Won't
do
that
that.
get the cobbler in trouble? Losing their lordship's spurs, just like that?
And is that any of our concern? No, it isn't.
They are good as yours.
You can count on it. I'll be right back.
Just don't get yourself caught.
I won't. Don't worry.
See you later.
Don't worry. I won't be caught. So, we have some night jobs to do. I see. So let's go to the monastery. Let's fast travel there. It's almost night. Okay, that's good. Then we are going to head out to the inn. We are going to read, at least for 1 hour, that book of ours in the inn. Putting the torch on our hand already. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not the right way.
Yeah.
I still get a little bit lost here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this way. Good. Arriving on the inn. Let's jump. Oh, cannot.
Yeah.
Oh, don't get stuck. Okay. Let's sit down. And let's read that book for an hour if we can. The Alchemy 1. Maybe we can do it now. Not really. That's a shame. So, let's put our stealthy clothes. Like so. Good. Let's drink some wine. Okay. Let's get up. Let's mount. Let's visit the Bats girls then. Before we do something. If the Bat House are still available, of course. Which I honestly don't know if they are. Doesn't seem like it. Are you the proprietor? No. You are both mates. So this is closed for the night. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go to the cobbler. Real quick. This is the cobbler, right? Am I correct? Not really. The cobbler is still down here. No, this is the cobbler, I think. Right? Yeah. It is indeed. Are you still open? Not really. But you are already asleep. That's the spurs. Right? Yes, indeed. Indeed. We've got the spurs. Let's see if you have any money. You do. 200 groschen. Okay, we don't need kits. Okay, the cobbler is done. So now let's worry about the swordsmith wife, Guta. And when I say worried about her, is killing her. Of course.
Yeah.
This is the swordsmith. Yes. Yes, indeed. Oops. Not what I wanted to do. Not pick. Not something we should be worried. I'm seeing if there are any chests here. Besides that one. Doesn't seem like it. So all your stuff must be inside your home. And Guta, you are going to die, man. Or in this case, woman. Nothing worth it here. Katra. Really, that we cannot kill her. Oh, that's a shame. That's really a shame. Okay, nothing here. No, Russian I do want. Good. We've got some groschen. Okay, so we cannot do anything regarding that woman, which is unfortunate. Unfortunate indeed. So let's go here on the blacksmith now. Maybe we can find something interesting here, like the pieces of the Shiva sword. I'm not expecting to, but you never know. Is that close? Where can I enter? Here, okay. Hello, sir.
Who are you?
Hello.
What's it to be? Anything else? What's the matter with you?
Okay. I will even dispose... No, I cannot. Well, at least we are going to get your Russian. Everything that you own. Now let's get in the house. Why not, really? Okay, nothing really for us. Russian. Okay, nothing that interests us here. Upstairs. Nothing really. Okay, let's get out of here. So, we've got that thing for Miller. We've got all the statements. Let's see if we can talk to Johanka. Where is my horse? Oh, I see you, horse. You are stuck there. Now you are here. Good. So let's go to that rat house. Get out of the way.
See, there's people here. That horse of yours nearly trampled me to death.
What's the matter, laddie? Need this shit. Hey!
Hey. Okay, how is my nourishment? Still good. Now let's find Johanka here. Why not rob silly everything that they got? First, try to get some Russian. 40 only. Nothing that is worth it. Ooh, that's a lot of armor kits. Better piercing arrows. Good. Okay. But nothing worth it. Okay, let's go upstairs. Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here. Groschen. Okay, now where the hell is Johanka? They said she was in the rat house, but I don't see her anywhere here. Hello, bailiff. I'm going to wash myself. Now, where the hell is Johanka, man? Where am I?
that? What's...
Why am I going so slow? I'm not burdened?
What's that? What in
Jesus! I see a thief!
What?
You! Stop right where you are!
Surrender!
I'm surrendering.
You're under arrest
I'm
for
surrendering.
breaking the law!
I'm surrendering, man. Don't hit me, man.
You were seen in the act of luck. Well, you won't forget.
No, 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 no. I've been given a secret task.
Just my luck.
Yeah.
Look, I can't...
Well,
Yeah. Get away from me. No, this is the grave digger and not where Johanka is. I still don't know how to reach Johanka here. Oh, here, right? Hello, sir. Okay. You got some groschen, not much.
Oh my God! People, there's a corpse here! God, help!
There's a corpse there.
Can't have got him far.
Yeah, where is he?
Over there! My God, there's a corpse!
Where can he be? Huh? Where can he be, huh?
Fuck! Things are turning nasty around here.
Right.
There, someone's been killed!
He can't be far
Over
away.
there! My God, there's a corpse!
There's a corpse, man.
When I
There's a corpse, man. Who can it be? Huh? Who can it be, man?
That gravedigger is taking his time. Should have been here long ago.
Okay, the bailiff is out. This is going to be tough. There's a lot of guards going on here. No, 2 guards in here. Well, we can talk to Johanka at least.
Hey, clear off. No one's allowed to talk to Johanka. Bishop Yaroslav's orders.
I know. I was just testing you. And you passed. I'm with the bishop's entourage, and I'm here at his command. Let me in to talk to Johanka.
In that case, you surely know that everyone who comes from the bishop has to show a document to prove it.
Good, good. Your diligence is commendable. I don't have the document on me at present, though. I left it at the monastery.
Sorry, sir. We'll have to go and get it. I can't let you in otherwise. I wouldn't want to anger the Monsignor.
Of course. And you can actually read, can you?
A little, sir, yes. That's why they put me here.
Very wise. You're clearly the right man for the job. Very well. I'll be back soon with that paper.
Are you coming out? Are you coming out? Or not really?
The gravedigger is taking his time. Should have been here long ago.
Come on, get out of there, man. I don't have all day. So, where can I find the document? That is the question. Okay. Let me just grab my horse now that I know where to go. Let's go to the monastery. Real quick. Before the day is upon us. I think I can eat from the pot. 78. Well, I'll wait a little bit longer to eat from the pot. Now, where the hell should I get that document? That is the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's try here. Do we got any document here? Not really. Oh, thank you. Oh, we've got that document. We've got the document. Excellent job. Excellent job. Fine wine. Let me take that. Ooh, we could kill him, but I'm not going to. Now I will talk to Johanka, but we can read it first, that document. Hi, by the will of God, Papal Inquisitor and Bishop of Sarepta, Yaroslav Benishov, hereby confirm that the bearer of this document is a member of my retinue, and as such be accorded to the honor befitting that station, and must not be hindered from carrying out my commands, but must be offered every compliance thereto. Okay, good. Oh. So let's get back to Johanka real quick. We could fast travel, but I think it's going to be easy riding, in all honesty. Good, let's go. Go, 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 go. Okay. It's here. Yes, here we are. Kind sir, I've got the document.
Here's the document. See?
Show me that. That's fine. Thank you, sir. I'll see you later.
Yeah. I'll see you later too. So let's talk to Johanka, and then we can end this episode.
Johanka, are you alright?
Yes, Henry. I'm fine. I'm glad to see you.
I spoke to the Inquisitor. He wants to put you on trial.
I know. It's all in God's hands now.
No, it's not. I mean, it is, of course. But the bishop has allowed me to defend you.
You want to defend me? Thank you, Henry, that's very kind of you. But you needn't bother. Our Lady won't let anything bad happen to me. I am her instrument, and I am completely in her hands. Everything that's happening is her sacred will.
But I won't stand by with my arms folded. You need someone to testify for you. As I said, I will defend you.
If you insist. Maybe it's the will of the Virgin that you came to me. So be it then.
About the trial.
About that trial?
Yes, the trial.
You mustn't provoke the bishop.
I'll get some people who will testify for you in court. But Brother Nicodemus is worried you'll say things that will make the Inquisitor angry. Please don't do that. You have to talk to him respectfully, answer his questions with humility, and not say anything to annoy him. And don't say anything against the church or priests. Please.
I'll say only what the Blessed Virgin wants me to say.
Please listen to me.
Johanka, please. You mustn't say anything against him or the church. Be contrite. Maybe even admit you might have been wrong about some things. I don't think the Inquisitor is so bad. If you submit to him, he'll drop the charges.
You too now. You're speaking exactly the same as his assistant. The two of you joined forces against me, did you?
I've nothing to do with him. I didn't even know he was here. Believe me, I'm really trying to help you.
You don't believe me anymore, do you?
I believe in you.
I do, Johanka, I believe you. But in court, you must speak reasonably, prudently. A lot depends on it. Maybe even your life.
I appreciate your concern for me, Henry, really, I do. But you must understand. I can't deny that the Virgin Mary visits me or what she wants to tell us. Not now. After everything that's happened, I can't. Otherwise, she won't heal Matthias.
But you have to consider yourself and what's good for you. Surely you don't want to be convicted of heresy? That won't do anyone any good, neither you nor Matthias.
I've already told you. Everything is in the hands of the Blessed Virgin. I will accept with humility the fate she grants me.
Oh, Sacra! This is going to be a right mess.
Yeah, it is. I did the pilgrimage.
I went to Ujits, like you asked.
That's good, Henry. I hope you purged yourself of your sins.
I did the pilgrimage of penance, like you said. And in the church, I begged the Virgin Mary for forgiveness.
And she will bless you, Henry. You're a good man. Remember that. And don't stray into wrongdoing again.
I won't. I made a donation to the church, too. And the parish priest there, Father Godwin, he was asking about you.
Was he? What did you tell him?
Oh, just about everything that's going on and the things you were saying. He was quite moved by it, to tell the truth. He even gave me some writings.
You see? Maybe Our Lady is giving you a sign too.
What did the bishop talk to you about?
What did Bishop Yaroslav ask you about?
All sorts of things. Like how the Virgin Mary visits me, what she shows me, and about preaching to the people. Actually, he was really quite pleasant. He asked me about Skalitz, whether I go to church, and a lot of other things. And in the end, he told me I mustn't speak in public again about the visitations and that. But I couldn't obey an order like that. The Blessed Virgin is testing me, and I have to do what she asks, no matter who or what stands in the way.
I'd say he wasn't too happy about that.
No. He came there with his men, dispersed the people, and had me arrested and locked up here.
We have to flee?
Johanka, I really don't think this is going to end well for you. But there's another option. We can flee. I'll lure the guard away, pick the lock, and we'll vanish into the woods. Tonight, we'll run far from here, where no one knows you, and you can start a new life.
No, Henry, I can't do that. The Blessed Virgin led me here, and here is where I belong. I won't run away like a criminal.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. So, everything is done here. Before I end the episode, though, I must tell the brother Nicodemus how it went, for sure. If I can wake him up. Not sure if I can. We'll see about that. Well, let me just put my best armor on. Why not? We don't need this armor again. For now. The sneaky one. Good. So, let's go to Nicodemus, if we can. And maybe we'll end the episode on the Mueller. It's almost daytime. And then on tomorrow's episode we are going to start the trial and see where that leads us. Brother Nicodemus, where are you? Yeah, we can talk to him. Nice.
I just can't.
I spoke to
I
Johanka.
spoke to Johanka.
And did you manage to convince her?
I'm afraid not. She's stubborn. She says she answers only to the Blessed Virgin.
Oh dear, Henry. That's not good at all. What about her family? Doesn't she have a relative she might listen to?
No. None of them survived the raid on Skalitz.
She has no one at all left in the world? Poor child.
Yeah.
Farewell.
Yeah, poor child indeed. Again? How can I do that, man? Oh, not dismounting, that's for sure. How can I do that, man? So let's try to do it again. It's almost daytime. Come on. Come on, and stuck. Good. We are going to dismount and we are going to try to talk to her again. I wonder. Here, right? Right. Nope, we cannot do that. Okay, so I will end the episode on the Miller. Maybe this was the last mission of the Miller.
Yeah.
So let's go to him. Let's go, let's go, let's go. The horse is still dead. Left. Right. And at the end of the road, right. Here we are. Good. We've arrived. He's still asleep, most probably. But we can eat. Can you talk to me, man?
Is something the matter?
Well, come here outside then. Come on. Come outside. Oh, you're not coming outside.
What
Hello.
are you doing?
Nice. We can
I
talk.
hope I can be of some humble service to you.
Yep, we've got the spurs.
Here are the spurs from the cobbler.
Beautiful. I'll get a good few groschen for them. Here's your share.
Good. And no more missions
Goodbye.
from him. So good stuff. So we can now end the episode. I don't know how I should do that. So yeah, tomorrow's episode we are going to start the trial of Johanka in Sassau and probably do the masquerade or a place to call home. One of the two. So yeah, that's the plan for tomorrow's episode. Because this one, on the other hand, is done. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and leave me some comments down below. Thanks so much for watching. My name is TituElite. I hope to see you tomorrow for the conclusion of the Madonna of Sassau, where we are going to do a trial to try to save Johanka. I'm excited. I hope you are too. Bye bye. And take care.